It's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your support of the channel. Loaded into Sand River in a 357 in my Tier 8 German M41 90 GF Scout Tank, Premium Scout Tank. This is a very good Scout tank now, especially with the way the Scouts are. And I'm going to show you, it's been a while since I've done a Scout video, so this one is going to be a Scout exploitation. Basically how to exploit seams in the defense with a Scout, and I'll show you how good a Scout can be in that role. So I'm going to go ahead and head up to the north, up to this corner here, and start fighting in these hills, which is a great place for a Scout, especially for the 90 GF. It's got a fantastic little gun, good depression, good mobility. You can see that the 1390 is lit up there, 4190 GF. There's a Bat Chat 12T troll in the middle, and I am looking at their ramp over there. So what I need to watch for is tanks getting up here, potentially pushing up in the middle, especially if they're strong, a strong force, because I'll have difficulty obviously fighting them with just me and another Scout. And there isn't a mill following up. Looks like a Scorpion G is moving up, so that is definitely something I want to pay attention to, especially if he comes up top. But I'm not seeing much, and the 1390 isn't getting hit in the side, so I don't think they brought much over here. So let's just see if we can get some shots in. Miss him because I aim behind him, which is what's going to happen when you aim behind somebody. Now I'm going to move forward and up to their ramp. These guys are kind of running off. Get a shot into their 90 GF. The 12T's probably clipping out, so he's running away. Low percentage shot. And look at the GF is now giving me a side shot right there. Doesn't seem to have a lot of awareness that I'm here. And he ends up dying. There goes the 12T. I'll just shoot last known position. And our 12T or Arty or combination has taken out the 12G or the Scorpion G. It looks like it was the 12T. So he's raging. He's obviously out in front of me. And I'll just follow him up. So there's a seam in the defense. They didn't send much over here. We've got some Scouts moving up. We'll start lighting guys up on their cap. Now, on this map, you do have to be careful because this looks like, holy cow, we're going to come here, get behind them in the backfield and tear them up. But there are multiple tanks obviously camping up here, and we're going to find a couple more. And you always will on this map. This is one of the maps where TD players and not very good players absolutely love to camp on the cap because it's not a bad spot, especially when guys start getting through. So we'll come in here, start shooting these guys, miss him. And this is probably the poorest part of this replay for me. Now that's highly angled. I got into his side last time, but it was a little bit over angled. And I'm shooting a 263 in the face right now with regular AP out of a GF. So that's really never going to do anything. And unfortunately, I do this for a long time. So I said this was going to be about Scout exploitation. This is an example of what not to do. So I need to move around this battlefield and look for other shots. The 1390 gets up into their face a little bit, and unfortunately he probably expected me to and the other Scouts to follow up and help him. The problem is going face to face on that ramp is a good way to die. He's doing his best over there, and now I'm starting to poke these guys in the face. Now they've got a bunch of help coming. If I'd have been paying attention, there was shots on the 12T right there. And he gets away again, and for some reason I am fixated on this 263. So a couple shots missed in there. Probably could have taken a shot at the T49 as well. He seems to be AFK right there. Kind of a hard shot that goes up and over it. And I see I'm still messing around. This is not good exploitation for the Scout. So I try to show you the good and the bad with what's going on. Try to sneak a shot into this guy. That goes into the dirt. I could go to heat right here. That might have a chance, but even that's going to go right in the mantlet, right where I aimed. But even the heat. So finally I decide, you know what, this is ridiculous. That was a lot of wasted shots. That's not getting damage on the enemy. And I'll dive down there. Highlighted myself big time to those guys. And see if we can get a little smarter play. Of course he already shoots at me. Never mind all the Tier 9 heavies or the Tier 10 heavy or any of that stuff. Now one of the reasons I attracted the Arty is I stayed there shooting at that Object 263 so long. He probably felt like, hey, look at this guy, he just wants to sit there and get shot by me. Good news is about the time he put his attention on me, it looks like I started to actually move. So there were a couple probably opportunities in there for the Arty just to nuke me. Also, I did not notice that my reloader was dead right here, and I won't notice it for a little while longer. Definitely needed to fix that. Okay, so the 263 makes a mistake. He moves in. He's trying to clear out his cap. He starts getting torn up, so I take advantage of that. We'll come in and kill him off. Somewhere in here I realize my gunner is dead as I'm watching my reload and thinking, what on earth? Why is it taking so long? And now we've got these guys cornered, and this is where scouts start to shine. They can come up here, get lights on guys, get shots. Probably should have shot the artillery, but I didn't realize the 49 was completely out to lunch until about here. So I'll just auto aim and push in. I fixed my reloader. I'm cutting to the right because I'm trying to keep as many of those ridges between me and that artillery as possible. Thinking he's probably reloaded or close to it. See if I can get him to miss and not get nuked. Good deal. And it actually takes 3 shots to kill this ridiculous Arty. Their lights is trolling around right there. He's probably clipping. He knows I'm there. Obviously I'm lit, well lit by the 261. Come over here. We've got the 50B. And this is just clean up on aisle 2 time right here. Whack. Hit by the bat chat. Move. Hit by the bat chat. Something I could never do. That crappy little gun. And he's just nailing me as I'm driving around. Obviously I was stationary at the beginning, so he's probably well aimed on the first one. So just a little game. 2,000 damage. 2,174. 882 spotting. Not the best game you ever saw, but just an example of moving your scout into critical areas, finding out a little SA on the enemy, engaging scouts or other light things, and then moving around the map a little bit, getting lights and helping your team out in a scout. Kind of a crummy effort as I spammed shots at that 263 right there, but then a better idea of moving into the town, finding guys. 263 makes a mistake. I exploit that and then back around here and cleaning up guys in the back. So decent example of how to run your scout, how to exploit as a scout. Hope you learned something. I hope you like what you saw. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any support you give, and we will see you.